Hey Scorpio, this is your tarot reading for the month of March. Scorpio, uh, what is going on, Scorpio? I'm getting vibes from this reading that I haven't, I don't want to say haven't, but I'm getting vibes from this reading that I haven't picked up for Scorpio in quite some time. So, the first thing I'm picking up is that there's trouble at home for Scorpio. There's trouble at home. And I'm just picking up a lot of stagnant energy, a lot of stubbornness, a lot of people refusing to change, and somebody taking advantage of the fact that this person doesn't want to change. I feel like somebody is in a relationship, a really toxic relationship. And this may not be for everybody, it's not going to be Scorpio directly in all situations. For some of you, it is. For some of you, this is something that you're going through. For some of you, this is something that somebody in your immediate circle is going through, like a good friend or a family member. However, the vibes are playing out. But this is what I'm feeling. Somebody is in a really toxic relationship and they're too stubborn and too blind to do anything about it. And instead of doing something about it, this person is just like lashing out at everybody else instead of being honest with themselves about the fact that this relationship is toxic and doing something about it. Some of you are in a relationship with somebody and or you're the person where you're constantly making somebody feel like they have to defend the relationship, um, constantly making somebody feel like they have to compete, um, making somebody fight over you, compete for you, um, putting other people ahead of you, putting work in front of the relationship, making everything and everyone a priority, except for the person that is trying to maintain the relationship. For some of you, this is escalating and it's getting worse. The behavior is getting worse, but some of you just still do not want to face facts no matter what's happening. Like some of you, like I said, are getting into confrontations with other people. For some of you, there has even been like the person cheated on you and gave you an STD. And like I said, and that's still not enough. Like I'm just picking up like somebody's going through something, and no matter what this person does, it's still not enough for them to make changes um, for like a healthier relationship or even ending the relationship altogether. What I'm picking up is that no matter what is happening, somebody is not going anywhere. And this is why um, the relationship is getting worse. Somebody is still, um, like I said, defending fucked up behavior, um, being blind, being willfully ignorant, just so they can say, I have someone. And like I said, this is escalating. This relationship is escalating because someone knows that they have more power over someone and they're abusing this power. The realization, this person coming into the realization that they have a certain amount of power is just corrupting them and it's making them even worse. And it's so fucked up because men will really have women out here thinking like, that men are attracted to women that are docile and feminine and won't say anything. And that's not true. Don't let a man get in your head and make it seem like you're not being feminine if you stand up to them. Men like when women stand up to them. Men like it when women put their foot down and say, I'm not tolerating this bullshit no more. And some of you won't do that because you're convinced that that's not the ladylike thing to do, or you trying to be loyal. I just really feel like some of you, like, this is a situation where some of you are in like a religious community, or you have like a religious affiliation, or this man might have a religious affiliation, which is another reason why people are being like willfully blind, willfully ignorant. Like, this might be a pastor or somebody's like spiritual guru or spiritual leader in some capacity. And this is the reason why um, somebody is just not willing to see this relationship for what it is, because you see this person as being like a spiritual lead, or there's like this old uh, spiritual beliefs that are keeping you stuck with somebody that isn't treating you well. There's like this belief of like, well, you know, stand by your man, or um, I have to maintain my marriage. Whatever the case may be, somebody is making excuses for someone, and it's because of like spiritual beliefs or religious beliefs. And like I said, this person might be a pastor, a minister, or some kind of uh, leader in the church. And they're using their power, they're using their position to manipulate and control someone. And like I said, what I'm picking up is that this behavior is getting worse because they know that they have power over someone. There might even be multiple people. Like, they, for some of you, this might be a church, this might be a situation going on in your church where there's a man that is manipulating and lying to multiple people, running game and cons and scams on multiple people. But because of this person's title, nobody wants to acknowledge it, nobody wants to deal with it. And people are competing. So it's like certain people are like, well, he was with me first. So instead of being like, you know what, this nigga ain't shit, people are like, well, no, I was with him first, or, oh no, we're married, or he would never do this. Like, just a bunch of excuses enabling ain't shit behavior. For some of you, like I said, this it could be religious, but it could also be spiritual, like the spiritual community. Like somebody, like it even could be like yoga, like somebody that like does yoga, or is like getting into it, and they're using that to like make it seem like they're more spiritual than they are. I don't know. I'm just picking up a lot of like trickster energy. I'm just picking up just a lot. Like, the energy is like just heavy with just like bullshit. And for some of you, I feel like this is somebody's father. Somebody's father is um like going through a midlife crisis, and just doing a lot of just weirdo shit. Trying to still feel young, trying to still feel relevant, trying to still feel like um, they can be out here like they were when they were younger. And some of you just really need to trust that feeling that you have, because it's going to come out. Like, if it's not out already, it's going to come out that this person has been entertaining multiple people, sleeping with multiple people. And like I said, don't let it get to a point where like it has to be like this, because I'm not picking up, like, the tower card didn't come out, so I'm not picking up that this is going to be like some shocking revelation. I feel like somebody's intuition is telling them that this person isn't right, but somebody's just not listening because they want to stay in a relationship. They want to stay in proximity to whatever this person is bringing to the table. Like I said, they may be in church and people see them as like, they might have money, or they might make, not even like have a lot of money, but like, they're making decent money for themselves, or whatever position that they have in the church. It may just like appear like they have a little more than somebody else. And somebody's, like I said, just not wanting to face facts. And I feel like somebody's friendship is in jeopardy because somebody just like you might be, and like I said, Scorpio, this might be happening to you, or you might be the voice of reason trying to get somebody to see how ain't shit somebody is. And this might be making your relationship suffer with this person because you don't want you don't want to see them get hurt. For some of you, this might be your family. Like, you know that this person is in your family, and you know that they ain't shit, and it feels like a conflict because it's like, okay, this is my family, but I know that what they're doing is wrong. However, the vibes are playing out. But some of you have a friendship or a relationship or somebody that you're close to, and they're just going through something in their relationship, and you trying to tell them, and they're going to make it seem like you're the enemy, you're just jealous, you're hating, you're mad, type of thing, because they just don't want to acknowledge the fact that they are in a bullshit relationship. For some of you, like I said, this I don't know. I just really feel like for some of you, there is going to be severe, like, emotional burnout. Some of you may have like a nervous breakdown trying to maintain this relationship, a nervous breakdown trying to help somebody out of this relationship, trying to be there for a friend. I don't know. I just feel like some of you are in a phase of your life where as long as you're attached to this person, like nothing is going to go right for you. Like some of you may even start to feel like that, um, like what's going on, like, I have these certain religious beliefs, or I have these certain spiritual beliefs, but nothing is going right for me, and it's this person. This person is not who they say they are. For some of you, like I said, this may result in, like I said, a really like extreme burnout, to the point where some of you may even um, like get into some kind of confrontation or something like that, and like really need to like rest for a while, or seek medical attention, um, nervous breakdowns, and just like extreme emotional burnout from, like I said, constantly trying to maintain an illusion and a lie, constantly having to defend yourself, constantly having to um, compete and fight for somebody that isn't giving you any energy, any of that same energy in return. And some of you, if for some of you who are religious, some of you, this situation, like some of you might be like, wow, like y'all might start to see people in leadership start seeing some of these religious leaders for the con artists that they are, and start to adopt like other um, spiritual practices. Some of you might pick up yoga because of this, and trying to deal with the stress and the tension and the trauma of just being with somebody that's mentally, emotionally, or even physically abusive. Some of you will, change some of your thoughts and views. And some of you might leave the church. Some of you, because of this, the way you see the way things are happening in church, some of you might leave the church, and like I said, start adopting other spiritual practices that are more in line with what you need for yourself. Um, that's pretty much what's coming through. Um, and the fact that like for at like no major um cards are in this, like for me, like I really feel like, and like I said, it may be some of you directly, but I feel like this is something going on around Scorpio. Like I said, for some of you, it may be you dealing with this, and it's something that's going to eventually come to the surface. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is something going on around you, someone that you care about, um, that's just going through a hard time, and like I said, you guys are like trying to mediate the situation, trying to get somebody to see logic and reason, and it's just really difficult. But overall, um, these are the vibes. Like I said, it's just a lot of I don't know, just a lot of, like I said, emotional turmoil, and people just having a hard time facing reality. Uh, yeah, those are the vibes, Scorpio. Um, like I said, this is just general. These are the general vibes that I'm picking up. Um, if it resonates with you and you need more clarity, please feel free to reach out to me for a reading. Like I said, this is general. This is just general. Um, but those are the vibes. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.